it's Zena, Warthog Princess, and this video is going to be about Pandora. Not the radio, the jewelry. Have a little bit of a Pandora problem before the Vera problem started, so here goes. Before we get started, I just want to give a special shout out to my friend who has been waiting very patiently for this series to start. So, hi Felicia! Here we go. Let's start with the story because that is where my Pandora began. I thought Pandora was very nice. I looked at it when it first came out like many years ago and I thought, man, I would never pay like $25 or more for a single charm. And $25 would be cheap for these charms, of course, if you know Pandora. So I put it off and put it off and put it off. But then one day I was shopping. I was getting ready to retire from the Air Force and I decided to do a special thing. They were having a sale, $100 in charms, then you get a free bracelet. Sounded like a great deal to me and a great way to get started. I figured a retirement gift to myself, I would get a bracelet and put some travel charms on there to kind of tell my story. It was great. It made sense. So I did that and I bought way more charms than you would think after all of that holding it off. So I spent about $2,000 on my retirement present to myself, which is silly, but that was just the beginning. So I'm not gonna go too deep into that part of it. We will go to that bracelet and start and tell that whole story. But for today, let's start with the foundation. One thing I learned, and I think is still true now, they have these special sales at Pandora. For many years, it was every September, I think it was, they would do that same sale, $100 and you get a free bracelet. And as long as I checked out on different cards, I could buy as many as I wanted. So I ended up with like 20 bracelets. Yeah, I went a little overboard because that's what I do. So I just wanted to start. I'm looking at my board here because I did a count this morning and I have 31 bracelets, different styles, and I have some necklaces. We're going to go over these real quick as part of the foundation. 11 rings, a bunch of earrings. There's like 20 Murano glass charms, 14 clips, 7 safety chains, and then I don't even know how many charms. Maybe at the end of this series we'll count them all up, but for now it's a bunch. I went a little crazy and I just got the catalog and I started ticking off and it became a challenge like, oh, I want that. So I went and I found it. Hi Kelly, come on. Yes, very helpful. No, too high. Come on, go lay down. She's trying to tell me that it's time for the evening meal. I can't say the word because she knows it, but anyway. All right, so when I first started, it was a basic bracelet, which was this style. And it is like the link kind or the chain. And it has just the traditional Pandora closure. You just kind of put your nail in there. They do have a little tool that you can use like on your keychain that you can use to open these. But once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. So this chain, it has the 2 parts where you can put clips to hold everything from sliding around. And there you go. So after that, well, after I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 of these, I decided I needed some different ones, change it up. So then I got the next style. These are all chains. There's 5 different varieties I have here. The next one, same idea, except it doesn't have the twist on. It's just a straight. It looks like the Essence line, if you're familiar, but it's not. It's it's like the regular size chain. It just doesn't have the threads on the ends. And it has a rounded piece, like a globe shape, instead of that traditional, I don't know what you call that shape, cylindrical shape. So those are the first 2. And then I got a heart one. So same idea as the original. It has the spots right there for your clips, and then the clasp is a heart shape. So it still opens, same as the others. Put your nail in there and open it up. But it's a nice little heart. I like silver, so pretty much everything I have is silver, or either enamel or glass for the colors. But they do make gold, of course. So if you know Pandora, they have several new lines that have come out since I've shut off my Pandora switch. And you'll see why by the time we get to the end of this. I just couldn't keep up with my habits. So anyways, after a while, after I had a bunch of these, I decided I needed something different again. And they did a more expensive option, and I can't remember what the amount was. Like maybe you had to spend 3 times as much to get this one. That's okay. So it's silver, but it has a gold clasp on the end. So my thought was, well, let's change it up. It'll be my classy, fancy bracelet, and I'll start to get some gold and silver charms. So this would be the mixed bracelet. No, I didn't do that. So right now, this has never been used. It's just so far been sitting in my thing. Actually, none of these ones have been used. But sometimes you don't want to mess with those clasps. So there's a newer style, and this is not new now, but it was then. That has like the traditional, like, I don't know what you call the alligator, the hook and loop. So just a regular hook and open, you know, with the little lever doofer. Yeah, so pretty easy. Just go put it like that. Honestly, I thought these are easier to put on yourself. And I guess the reason why is when you have the safety chain on them, you put your hand through it, and then you can kind of use your finger, push it on the safety chain to bring the ends together, and then it's really easy to put it in there and then close it. Anyway, I'm a big girl and I like my bracelets loose. So I bought all of these in the largest size. So these are long bracelets. I filled up the first one in the first outing, and then I still had more charms to tell my story. So I made a second one, and it's just kind of gone on from there. So anyway, the other way I diversified was when they came out with the bangles a couple years into it. And so they have these nice bangles. Again, this is the biggest size. It has that globe-shaped closure, and you can just put your thumb in there and pop that open. I think these ones are just a little bit harder, but this is also one that hasn't been used. So I have big hands. Like, I'm a big girl, but I've always had big hands. Even when I was skinny mini, I couldn't wear bangles because you could never get them over. I mean, not even close. But these are flexible. So if you haven't seen them, you can, you know, they're bendy. So you can just put it on and then clasp it, and it works just fine. So that is obviously a great option for me. So now I have 12 bangles because they're nice, they're fun to layer. You put a couple charms on each one, and then you have this like dangle jangle literally going on. I have, like I said, in total I have 15 chain style of varying types of clasps on them. So that's where the bracelet started. Today is, like I said, just a foundational thing. But then I decided I wanted some more varied types of bracelets. So I got several more. I got these leather braided ones. I got a dark pink, a light pink, and a black. And these come in 3 sizes. The sizing runs different than these. These come in basically, do you want it to wrap 1 time? Do you want it to wrap 2 times around? Or do you want it to wrap 3 times around? So these are that medium. These are the 2 wrap. So it can go, you know, twice around your wrist. If you're little, it could go more, but twice for me is perfect. So these are great. From there, I decided after these 3, I wanted to have a triple wrap. And the other reason I got this one is because it can also be a necklace. So it hangs plenty low, it's fine. You can put any one of these charms. They have an adapter. Basically, you can make any charm a pendant. So that's kind of cool. I got it as a bracelet, but there you go. Then I decided I needed a long chain necklace because I have all these oodles of charms, and so I wanted to be able to wear a necklace out of them. So I got the chain. I also got a different kind of chain, and they do have a fairly wide variety. I will find my catalog. I don't have it right now, but it's somewhere. But this is, it almost looks like a fancier version of a dog tag, which isn't what attracted me to it. I just wanted a really long chain, and this was, you could dress it up or dress it down kind of a style. So there you go. So I got that. Again, silver, silver, silver. So that is where the foundation starts, is you got to have the chains and whatnot to put everything on. And stay tuned for the next video. We'll dive in a little bit deeper into that story bracelet that got her going. So thanks for watching. Bye, Felicia.